welcome to our podcast.
ETU.
Epic Tales Unfold. So we're gonna have a topic about past epics, or in Indonesia it's called Gema Masa Lalu. As the name of the topic, so we will talking about masa lalu, sejarah or history. So history must be a lot of topic, right? We're not just gonna two of us talking about the history. So we will invite our speakers.
Three women so interesting and very cool as the speakers.
Welcome, you guys! Yay! So how have you been? Are you tired or happy? Okay. So before we go into the topic, we will introduce the speakers. Can you introduce yourself?
Okay, start from me.
Okay.
My name is Desi Kusumawati. You can call me Desi.
And you?
Okay, my name is Ibu Cynthia Widintari, and you can call me Cynthia Wahyu.
Okay, my name is Yunada Pratiwi. You can call me Dian.
Okay, as you know, they will be interesting, like my partner said. So, going to the first topic regarding to our topic, what is your opinion or what is your thinking about historical concept?
Yes, because we know history is related to the past. That is include the story with X maybe.
Okay, can you tell us?
Start from me. History is study of events, developments, and then changes that occurred in the past. It involves regarding, analyzing, and interpreting events that have affected people, societies, cultures, and civilization over time. So, pastinya difference
In and X. Okay, maybe you can tell your opinion.
I think story is not just about remembering the past, but also
Understanding the patterns that shape the future. So it's about the future. So history is important, right? Okay. What about you?
Okay, history is come from tree, history can refer to growth and development tree where history as structural. History can also to be interpreted as knowledge description, even in that that really happened to masa lampau. Yeah, like that.
It seems like the history have many meanings, yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Especially in Indonesia history, right?
Yeah, of course, there's must be the origin of Indonesia or the name of Indonesia, right? So, what is your opinion about the name of Indonesia?
Even so previously, like it was called is India, Indies, is Indies. How it could change the Indonesia?
So, art about the origin of the name Indonesia from a combination of two ancient Greek words, Indos meaning India and then Nesos meaning island. So literally, Indonesia means in the Indians archipelago. This refers to Indians' geographical location close to India, as well as the cultural and trade influences that came from India to this region since ancient times. The name was first introduced by British geographer George Witzer in 1850. He actually proposed two terms, Indonesians and Malayunesians, to refer to the islanders of Southeast Asia.
James Elegant proposed the name Indonesia, his journal he modified to Indonesia. A colleague, James Logan, later chose and used the term Indonesia to describe the unfeasible and reaching.
Until finally in 1928, name Indonesia was proclaimed in the name of the homeland and then nation and language until
Now it's Indonesia.
wow. The name is good, right?
Yes.
It's not familiar like other countries.
Okay, regarding to the colonization in the past, is there something did you know about it or something that you hidden about it?
Other countries colonized Indonesia mainly for economic reasons and natural resource growth. Indonesia, once known as the Nusantara, is a region that is extremely rich in spices such as pepper, and then nutmeg, cloves, and cinnamon. In those days, spices were highly prized in Europe and considered black gold due to their high value as ingredients for food, medicines, and perfume.
And Aero could not produce this spice on their own because their climate was not suitable.
Spices only grow in tropical region, such as Indonesia and then
Malaysia, particularly in the Moluccas, which are known as the Spice Islands.
because they were hard to come by. Spice became a luxury item in Europe, which is
Could only be obtained by importing from the Asia region because our region is also a tropical climate. It is rich spices.
Okay, that's why, as mentioned before, spice trade was very problematic. The Netherlands how to control all about spice trade in Indonesia, guide how profit and control Indonesia, like menguasai Indonesia. Netherlands how to control in all of Indonesia. That's why the background of yes,
Okay, I want to know, is there an impact on the colonization for us?
Maybe in terms of education or security.
The education system during the Dutch era was very limited and only for the elite or children of aristocrats and local officials. Schools such as Holland's Inland School or HIS or irregular schools ELS were only open to natives who were considered to have high school status. Education was designed to keep the natives under the control of the colonizers, not educated to become leaders or intellectual capable of opposing colonialism. Education was more geared towards natives becoming lowly employees and the colonial government. And then the Japanese give wider educational opportunities to ordinary people in contrast to the Dutch who restricted access. However, education under Japan was heavily dominated by military interests and its quality was very limited.
And many movement figures such as Yadra Dewantara and then Sukarno were educated in Dutch school. This show that although Dutch education aimed to maintain colonial rule, it also created a layer of intellectual who later led the independence movement. Okay, impact ya. The Netherlands introduced a modern education system and education literacy led of community. However, the purpose was very limited, discrimination, and oriented toward colonial interests. The English, the Netherlands language still feel today, right now. Yes, for today, for example, illegal and government terms such keuangan, notaris, kasus. Yeah, it's a language from Netherlands. Culture also include urban planning, architecture, and lifestyle in big cities such as Batavia, Jakarta. We know you can see the architecture of Batavia, Jakarta, like same to
Belanda architecture. Yes.
Jakarta is refers to Jakarta.
Speaking about education, in the past we know women were not allowed to receive education, right? Yeah, moreover, we are all here is women, right? Yeah. So what do you think about the history so that we can be equal, that we can receive education like method, like me? What do you think about it?
Because of the influence of Raden Ajeng Kartini, Raden Ajeng Kartini is a symbol of the struggle for education and equality for women. She fought for the rights of women to get the same education as men, despite a very restrictive personal and cultural sphere.
Okay, at that time, patriarchal culture was very strong in the first part of the world, including in the colonies. Women were considered second class. Teaching their rules were limited the domestic sphere. Why were women in Indonesia at that time not given the freedom of education? One were only concerned how well Kartini, Raden Ajeng Kartini, did give of their safe for women rights, education, and Raden Ajeng Kartini, and until finally she success involving a woman. Foundation for Feminist Thinking in Indonesia, which was explained her friend in the Netherlands. In the book Habis Gelap Terbitlah Terang. The relevance of Kartini is still strong today, especially in effort to improve gender equality and access to education for women and women's rights in various sectors.
Maybe a lot of history about our education until here. We can study here in
Yes.
Spain.
It's amazing.
Thank you, Akatini, for your
Yeah.
for your culture here.
Yeah,
For women's education. Okay, thank you guys about our conversation today, and maybe we can get a new insight for our conversation, right? So thank you. And before we close it, we want to our speakers do our sign. ETU, epic tales unfold. Like this. Okay, okay. Tales unfold. Okay.
Okay.
See the camera. ETU,
Epic